Okay, so last week I talked about finding out what your loved one wants to do. Now, regardless of if they say they want help now or they want help later, this is what I suggest you do. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to evaluate the circumstance. I always get a pad of paper, right? And write down, do they have any insurance? Is this an adult child, your husband, your wife, your parents? What kind of insurance do they have? That's number one. Okay, there's going to be two ways to go here. Actually, there's three. The first way is if they have private insurance. Do you know what private insurance is? Private insurance is if you've got insurance, mostly lately in this world, private insurance is through your employer. Okay, so it's very expensive to have private insurance. I don't want you to feel bad if you don't have private insurance. If you do, it would be like a PPO plan, or an HMO plan. It could be through the Obamacare. What do they call it now? I don't know what they call it now. They call it by state now. So like California is Medi-Cal. Wisconsin is Apple Care, I think. No, Badger Care. Washington is Apple Care. You get the point? Everybody's got their own state insurance. And then there's private insurance that you pay for out of your pocket. Okay? So determine what they have first. What kind of insurance do they have? Do they have private insurance? If they have private insurance, even if they're not ready yet, why don't you go ahead and do this? It'll give you the feeling that you're taking some positive action, and you'll be ready if they decide they want to get clean and sober. So take the insurance card and turn it over to the back, and there'll be a 1-800 number on it. This is not odd for anybody. If you've had a credit card, you know there's 1-800 numbers on the back to check your balance. It's the same on the back. It'll give you a number if you are a doctor, if you are a client, like a customer, a patient, or if this is about prescriptions. Usually there's a prescription. Call the 1-800 number on the back for being the consumer, that you are the insured. Okay? Call them or get online and go to the website. There'll be a website on the back as well. I would call and talk to somebody. I would say, hi, I'm wondering, this is the account and this is the number. I want to know if there is behavioral health coverage on this account or / substance abuse. Is there any coverage for substance abuse or behavioral health? And they'll look it up and they'll say, yes, you do have coverage for substance abuse. Yay! Okay, take your pad and pen and write down, what does it cover? What's my out of pocket and what's my deductible? Just write it down. I have lots of videos that explain how to do insurance. Okay, I had to learn the hard way. And then when I ran that treatment center, I learned so much about it. So I can help you with that part, but you need the information first. So write down, what kind of coverage do we have with this policy? What's my out of pocket? What's the deductible? What are the places that you cover that are in network? You want to research the in-network places first because it's going to be cheaper for you out of pocket. All right? So they're going to tell you where you can go. They're going to say, we're in contract with this place, and this place. You're going to write those places down, right? And those are in network. Are there any out of network, right? Oh, well, we'd go to, anywhere out of network, but it's going to be, what if we do go out of network? Well, it's going to be this much out of pocket. And this much is your deductible. Okay, it's going to be more money, but you can do it and we'll cover this much. Okay, great. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. And you hang up and then you Google those places. Google those places. Look at them. Look at the reviews. Look at the program. Is there a program? See if they give you a schedule. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. What do people do all day? Do they lay out by the pool? Or do they get up? They go to a morning meeting. They've got groups. They've got CBT, right? DBT. They're doing some yoga, lunch, afternoon classes, psychiatrists. Are there psychiatrists? Are there counselors? Is it a 12-step program? Ask questions. Okay, look at the website, and then whatever doesn't show on there, you need to ask, do they allow smoking? Trust me, if you've got a smoker who's an addict, most likely they go hand in hand, and you tell them there's no smoking in there, they're going to flip their lid. You know, if you can't find a non-smoking place, then you've got a second option. I've got videos on this. They can always do Nicorette gum or something. They're going to be okay. But ask those questions. Does it cost extra? What are the extras? Right? What they don't tell you is that, yes, this covers this wonderful little thing here, but every time they see a psychiatrist, we're going to charge your credit card. Every time they, ask. Not everybody does that, but you want to ask some questions, and you want to write your notes down in your little handy dandy book. Okay, write it in your handy dandy book. And then call the next place or look on the website and look. Don't look for horseback riding and, fireside kumbaya. Don't look for that shit. Look for serious treatment. Do they go to outside meetings? Do they bring inside meetings in? Is it 12-step? Is it hypnosis? I mean, what the hell are they doing? What are you spending your money on? Right? What kind of aftercare program do they have? Because that's when the work starts. The work doesn't start. It's going to feel like it starts when you get them there, but it actually starts when they leave. Do they have a support team? Do they have aftercare? Do they go to IOP, which is outpatient treatment program? What do they offer, right? What do they offer? Find out those things and write that down. It'll become pretty clear which one you want to choose. Also, ask them if they provide transportation. Will they come get them? Will they, what happens when they're done? Do they fly them home? You have to pay for the plane ticket, but do they give them a ride to the airport? What happens if they leave AMA, against medical advice? Do they kick them out on the street? Do they offer an opportunity to get them a hotel room until you can get them a plane ticket? Do they just take them to a homeless shelter? You need to ask these questions, especially if it's an out-of-state place. If it's in network, you're probably staying close to home, okay? Now, don't get caught up too much in private bathrooms and bedrooms and and gourmet cuisine. And if someone's going to get sober, they're going to get sober. If they're going to get sober and do the work and they want to get sober, they're going to get sober whether you send them to a 5-star treatment center with a private room and bath or a treatment center with 4 men in a bedroom and they share one bath. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with it. So don't worry about that. You want really more about what the program is. How many patient to staff ratio is it? How long is the stay? It's usually going to be dictated by insurance. And so you need to ask when they come in, do they need to be drunk when they come in? Do they need to be loaded? Can they come in when they're sober if they quit a few days early? I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of places won't let them in because insurance does not justify a person coming in sober. They don't need help. We're not paying for it. Okay? So ask these questions. I have a list of questions on my website that you can look at and ask. Do the research, find the place that your insurance covers, tell them what insurance you have, let them run it and see if you're approved. Let them tell you exactly, they will tell you how much out of pocket it is, how much your deductible you've used, and then ask them when is the earliest bed. Do you have a wait? Usually private insurance don't have waits anymore because not a lot of people have private insurance. So they'll usually have a bed immediately, but ask them, okay? Just ask. Did your person have specific needs? Are they a vegetarian? Are they, blah, 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 blah. They're, do they have special needs? Ask them if they'll meet those needs because you don't want to find out when you drive them up to the gate and you go in and they tell them, oh, sorry, we don't do vegetarian. And then their alcoholism is going to, well, I'm not going in here. I'm out of here, right? And then you're going to be crying and, oh my God, I thought he was going into treatment. You want to ask these things before you want to be prepared, okay? Do they allow cell phones? Do they get to keep money on them? Hopefully not. What's the deal? Ask some questions. Be specific, okay? I know you're desperate to get them into help, but if you don't find the place where they're going to stay when you check them in and they walk out in 24 hours, you're going to be devastated, okay? So take the time up front. If it is a state insurance, you're going to do the same thing. Flip the card over, call the number on the back, little different situation. You're going to get on a list. There is a long list right now for people wanting treatment with state insurance. Okay? So you're going to get on the list. They're going to tell you the list might be 2 weeks. In Canada, I heard the list is like a year. Get on the list anyway. Unfortunately, people die before they get a bed, or they just decide they don't want to quit drinking. So the list can go faster than that, but get on the list. They're going to tell you probably to call back every Tuesday and Thursday by 8 o'clock and check in. And they do record that. And the people that are calling in, they might tell you to call every day. Call every day. They're going to check that off. And the most desperate person who's doing the shit here and stays in line is going to get a bed. Okay? So don't be discouraged by that. Just get on the list and they will help you find a place. If it's desperate and it's 911, you tell them that you can't wait for a bed and you need a hospital detox who is in network that they can take them to, and they'll tell you. Okay? So that is that. If there is no insurance, you might want to think, if they're not ready yet, you might want to think about having them apply for estate insurance. Now, you could get the private insurance, but don't be surprised. It won't take effect for 30, 60, 90 days. Okay? There's a lot of insurances now that are offering insurance to people. And if you choose not to have the substance abuse, the price goes way down. So make sure that if you have this problem coming up, you check the box for substance abuse. Okay? If there's no insurance at all and they can't get Medi-Cal, they can't get Apple Care, they can't get Badger Care, or wherever you're at, whatever it's called in your state or your country, right? There are places you can go for free. There is a place called the First Step Solution in San Diego. It's a First Step home. It is a home that is set up for indigent and homeless men, just men. And it's a group of men from Alcoholics Anonymous who detox them in this home. And they take turns. It's volunteer. And they detox them, and they're in for 10 days. And they have to go to meetings. They detox. They have to go to meetings. These guys get them set up with a sponsor. They have to start working the steps. They get them set up with a place to live and a job. And boom, they have to turn around and come back and help the next guy. Beautiful. Love it. I think state places should all have this kind of thing set up. It's a great place for you to do your 12-step work if you're sober. And what a way to give back to people that can't afford it. Now, do you have medical assistance? No. Are you kicking it? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. It's not easy. Anyway, but if you really want to get sober, those guys will call an ambulance. You were not alone. They will help you do it. They will help you. They will get you water and electrolytes and candy and all the things I talk about that people need when they're trying to kick it on their own. So, those are the kind of options you're looking for in your community. Or we have a place in Riverside County called the Coachella Valley Rescue Mission, and it is a mission. It is a homeless shelter for men and women. It's divided into 2 sections for men and women, but they have a homeless section, and then they also have a recovery portion where if you want to recover, you first go in and you go through the homeless part. It's a beautiful facility. When I say homeless shelter, I'm talking about a beautiful place with clean showers and beautiful food and beautiful souls running the place. It's a lovely place. And they have a program there that you can go through, a 12-step program with meetings, and you can stay there, you can eat there, they feed you, you shower, you've got a place to stay, and you can stay there for a year. And they will teach you how to work, get a job, get a resume, and get a job and get on your feet. Right? And I know a lot of people who have gone through that program and gotten sober. So I love it. The Salvation Army here has a free program. So there are free programs in your area. If you know that your child, your loved one, your husband, someone is going to need help, and you don't have insurance and they won't sign up for state insurance and get on a list, then start researching free places. What are the options? And then just zip your mouth and put them aside, lock them in your trunk or something where no one's going to find it, and leave it until you're ready. And then when you're ready and the person says, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. And you say, well, what do you want to do? I want to get help. I want to quit. I'll do anything. Great. I know a place. They take your insurance. We have the money, and they're going to pick you up in 15 minutes. And I already packed your bag because I already know what you can and can't take because I looked at on the thing. I'm totally prepared, and you're ready to go. You know, you just need to do the admin call. So let's call them right now. You tell them they're ready. They're going to ask you some questions, and I love you, you know? And that would be the ideal situation. So you can do something while you're waiting for someone. As you're also going to Al-Anon, remember. So that is how you find a treatment center, whether someone's ready or not. Do not go to the computer first and look at all these places and find a place you absolutely love and show it to the person. Say, look, you could go there, and they have horses and you could swim, and then you find out your insurance doesn't cover it. They're heartbroken. They don't want to go. Every place else like a shithole. Find out first. Okay? Do the footwork. I love you all. I am always available for questions. I do in-depth videos on all three of these subjects separately on my YouTube channel, Karen Gardinier. Please utilize that information. Also, if you have a question, you can always text me on my community text, which is found in my bio. I love you all. Thanks.